Welcome to Crank It Up. I'm Eric, and today, as part of our character creation series, I'm going to be talking about two weapon fighting, as in a weapon in each hand. We'll figure out how to calculate it and use it in combat, and we'll be using my Grey Elf Elduin, who is a Blade Master. Starting off in the melee combat section, my strength and coordination contributes 5 and 3% respectively, for a total of 8 to my attacks and defense. My load gives me a +2 to my damage, and I'm not using any shields, so I ignore the next line. This is an adventure level campaign, so I have one professional skill, which I'm going to make his primary weapon, the Wind Sword. That starts me with a base skill of 39%. Adding my attribute modifiers, I'm at 47%. The Wind Sword has two attack methods, cutting and thrusting, which is just stabbing them with the pointy end. They have different modifiers to the attack and different damage types and amounts. In addition, the Wind Sword can be wielded both one or two-handed, so I'll have to calculate that variable as well. Fortunately, it only affects the amount of damage and your ability to defend. Attacking with the Wind Sword has a +45 for a cutting and 25 for thrusting, so my ability to attack is a total of 92 for cutting and 72 for thrusting. Cutting also does more damage than thrusting, so more often than not you'll be using that. The defense is calculated by taking half of your base skill, which in this case is 20, plus 8 from the attributes, and a defense of either 25 or 35 depending if you're using this weapon with one or two hands. So total defense while using one hand is 53, and using two hands is 63. The calculation for the longsword is starting off with a skill of Journeyman at 29%, plus 8 for attributes, and I'm selecting the strong Grey Elf racial bonus for longswords, so he has an additional 10%. So his base skills are going to mirror that of the Wind Sword. His total chance to hit on a cut and thrust is 92 and 72 respectively, with his chance to defend at 53. Now, in order to have two weapon fighting, you need two additional skills, offhand fighting skill and two weapon fighting skill. I'm going to make both of these journeymen at 29%. I'm going to make their modifier coordination, which gives it a +3 for a total of 32. We'll have to calculate the offhand weapon first, which is the longsword. Looking at the chart on page 113 in the Journeyman's book, you have your offhand skill at the top and your weapon skill on the left. My offhand skill rounds down to a 30, so my 92 cut becomes a 60, and my 72 thrust becomes a 47. Likewise, with defending, my defense of 53 becomes a 36. Now, you add your primary weapon and offhand weapon percentages together, which gives me 152 for cut, 105 for thrust attacks, and 85 for defending. The two weapon fighting skill chart is just like the offhand weapon chart, with the skill at the top and your weapon percentage chances on the left. My 152 cut becomes an 82, my thrust a 52, and my defense is a 46. These numbers might seem low, but you are combining the damage of your weapons when you make this attack. So a cut can now potentially do 6d10 damage when you become an expert at two weapon fighting. I say potentially because you roll to see which hand attacks, and at expert level you start having the option for player discretion, which means you can hit them with both weapons. Until next time, let's shut it down.